So let's talk a little bit more about Roman knitting or cross-knit looping. So it's called cross-knit looping because it is functionally, in terms of the actual structure of the created fabric, a knit. But with knitting, you're going to use your double needles. You're going to hook through these loops here, and that's going to stabilize those loops, which are otherwise unstable, and you're going to use the tip of that needle to pull loops through other loops, and you're going to work from here up. But with Nalbinding or Coptic stitch or Tarim stitch or whatever you choose to call this, you're going to work from the other side of the fabric. This is the knit end sort of, and we can call this the Nalbinding end. And you will take and you will pull your needle, you will loop your needle through and create essentially stitches that continue the fabric this way. So what it means is you could create facsimiles of some Roman items with a knitting needle, but you'd have to do it in cross knit rather than regular knitting, and you would have to work from the opposite end. So rather than working from the toe to the ankle, you'd have to work from the ankle to the toe. Another cool thing about Nalbinding is if you pull on the working end, unlike knitting, it doesn't come apart because you're working from the loop, the stable end. The other end, if this was a proper nail-bound item, this would be all locked in by the starting stitches or something of that sort. But because I've unpicked that, because this was just a test, if you get a hole or something like that, it will pull out just like knitting will. Because again, it is nail-binding, but this particular type of stitch, the one most commonly used by the Romans, is similar, is essentially in its structure still knitting, just accomplished in a different way.